Shalom and welcome to this week's Hebrew class. My name is Tom Howling and today we will go through Yehuchanan, which is in modern Hebrew Yochanan and in English John. And we're dealing with chapter 8 and we will cover verses 50 to 54. So, in order to begin, we also first like to show you the Nakud, the vowel markings. For anyone who is relatively new at these vowels, remembering that a patak is a shorter A sound and a kamatz is a longer, and a zere is a longer E sound and a segol is a shorter E sound. And I've also given you these great resources, and we would truly encourage you to use those resources. They're very helpful. So let us now begin. And as we see, we begin with a nun, remembering that every letter in the alphabet has a numerical value and a nun has a value of 50. And then we go through the letters. Aleph, Kaf, Nun Sofit, that means nun at the end of a word. Lamed Aleph, Aleph Dalet, Resh Shin, Aleph Tav, Kaf, Vayet, Vav Dalet, Yod, Yod Shin, Aleph Chet, Dalet, Aleph Shin, Resh, Yod Dalet, Resh Shin, Vav, Yod, Shin, Pei, because there's a dot there, and Tet. And we read it. Cain. Indeed, if we look down here, Cain is an adjective meaning indeed, surely, truly. Lo not, ed rash, I will seek. The reason we translate I will seek, when the pronoun's at the beginning, it usually means it's a imperfect form. So I will seek. Et grammar marker, kevodi, meaning my esteem. Yesh, there is. Echad, one. Asher, who, and that can be who, that, which, whom. We're using who. Yidrash, shall seek, and I've added it, because of course the yod makes it imperfect. Anyway, ve yish pot, and he shall judge. When there's no pronoun, we can usually insert he. And because we have a vav at the beginning, we get the grammar note down here. And the last word, the vav, has a shavah. Therefore, it doesn't change the tense. So we have an imperfect form meaning shall or will. So he shall judge. And the translation, you show contempt for me. That's from our last lesson. Surely I do not search for my own glory. There is one who shall search and judge. And so now we can read it. Okay, lo, ed rash, et kevodi, yesh, echad, asher, yid rash, ve'ish pot. Indeed not, I will seek my esteem. There is one who shall seek it, and he shall judge. And now we turn to 51a. It's represented with a nun 50 and the left, the first letter of the alphabet. So it has a value of 1. And then we go through letters. Aleph mem, nun sofit, Aleph mem nun sofit, Aleph nun yod, Aleph mem resh, lamed kaf mem sofit, Aleph mem sofit, yod shin mem resh, Aleph yod shin, Aleph tav dalet vayet resh yod. And we read, Amen, truly, Amen, truly, Ani, I am, Omer, saying. Now why is it saying instead of I say, as it says here? And we have a grammar note. The kol active participle is the most common and is marked by a cholam between the first and the second root letters, as we see in Omer, above. So we have a colon between these letters. So we know it's a participle form. That's why I'm using I am saying. And then we have la kem, unto you, im, if, yish, more, he, because when there's no pronoun, we can insert he, and it's an imperfect form, will keep, or shall keep. Ish, a man, et grammar marker, devari, meaning my word, with, of course, the chirik and the yod being my. Truly I say to you, if anyone shall keep my word. And now we can read it. Amen, amen. Ani omer lakem im yishmor ish et devarim, devari. Truly, truly, I am saying unto you, if he will keep a man, grammar marker, my word. And so we come to 51b, and we have a lamed aleph. Yod resh aleph hey. Mem vav tav lamed nun zade chet. And we read it. Lo, meaning not. Yireh, he shall see. Mavet, death. La ne sak, for eternity. And we looked at it. Netzach is a masculine noun meaning eternity, forever, infinity. But interestingly, when we use it as a pure verb, nitseach, it means to overcome, to defeat. So just showing you how with different vowels, they use it as different words. So now we can read that. Lo, not, yireh, mavet, la netzach. And the translation, of course, is not, he shall see death for eternity. And so, now we turn to 52a. It's a nun, 50, and a vayet, the second letter, 2. And we go, vav yod, aleph mem resh vav, aleph lamed yod vav, hey yod hey vav, dalet yod mem safit, ayin tav hey, yod dalet ayin nun vav, kaf yod shin dalet bayit kaf safit, kaf at the end of a word. And now we read it. Vayom ru, and they said, because it's a third person pronoun on the end. Alive unto him, ha-Yehudim, the Jews, ata, now, yada, nu, we know, ki, that, shed, a demon, bak, in you, with of course the kaf at the end being you. The Jews said to him, now we know that there is a demon in you. And so we read it. Vayomru Eliv, ha-Yehudim, ata, yada, nu, ki, shed, bak. And they said to him, the Yehudim, now we know that a demon in you. And so we turn to 52b, we have a hey, a nun safit, aleph vayet resh hey mem safit, vav hey nun vayet yod aleph yod mem safit mem tav vav, vav aleph tav hey aleph mem resh tav aleph mem safit yod shin mem resh aleph yod shin. And we have hey, behold. So why is it behold? Because if you look up the dictionary, hen also can mean they. Well, the reason is a short form of hine, which is a prep meaning behold, see, hear. Sometimes represented like that instead of represented as hine. Behold, or see here, Avraham, Abraham, the Ha-Nevi'im, and the prophets. Me-tu, they died. Again, the they is the pronoun on the end. Ve'ata, and you, amarta, you say, im, if, yishmor, he shall keep, ish, a man. The translation, see, Abram and the prophets died, but you say, if a man keeps. And I've also given you lemut, which is also a verb to die, to perish. So now we're going to read that. Hein, Avraham, v'ha nevi'im, metu, ve'ata, amarta, im yishmor ish. Behold, or see here, Abraham and the prophets, they died. And you say, if he shall keep a man. And now we're in 52c. We have an Aleph, a Tav, a Daled, Vayet, Resh, Yod, Lamed, Aleph, Yod, Tet, Ayin, Mem, Safid, Mem, Vav, Tav, Lamed, Nun, Zadeh, Chet. And we read it. Et, which is the grammar marker. Devari, meaning my word. Lo, not. Yit, he shall taste. And if we look at down here, to is the call verb to taste, to savor, to experience. Then we have mavet, meaning death. La netzach, for eternity. So if a man keeps my word, he shall not taste of death in all eternity. And that's our translation, and now we're going to read that. Et devari lo yitam mavet la netzach. My word, not he shall taste death for eternity. And we're in 53 now, represented by a Nun and a Gimel. Gimel being the third letter of the alphabet, having a value of 3. Then we have a Hey, Gimel, Daled, Vav, Lamed, Aleph, Tav, Hey, Mem, Aleph, Vayet, Resh, Hey, Mem, Safid, Aleph, Vayet, Yod, Nun, Vav, Aleph, Shin, Resh, Mem, Tav, Gimel, Mem Safid, Hey, Nun, Vayet, Yod, Aleph, Yod, Mem Safid. And we read it. Ha, Ga, Dol. Now this Hey is a questioning Hey, and that's why we have a greater. Because we know Gadol means great, right? If we look down here, Gadol, it means great, stronger, important, marvelous. And I've given you the note here that's questioning Hey. A greater ata, you, me Avraham, from Abraham or than Abraham. Avi nu, our father. And again, nu at the end meaning our. Asher, who, mate, died. Gam also, ha-nevi'im, the prophets. So are you greater than Abraham, our father, who died, even the prophets? And I've given you gam as a conjunction, meaning also, in addition, even, furthermore. So now we can read that. Ha-gadol, ata, me-avraham, avinu, asher, mate, gam, ha-nevi'im, and the translation, are greater you from Abraham, our father, who died, also the prophets. And so we come to 53b, and we have a mem, tav, vav. Mem, hey, tav, ayin, sin, hey. Ayin, zadeh, mem, and kaf, sofit. So we have me, two. They died. Again, the u at the end is a third person pronoun. They died. Ma, what, ta'a, say, do you make of? Now, of course, the sa can be make, do, so we're using it as make. What do you make? And I've added of, and then ats, me, ka, yourself. Of course, the ka is your, and then we have etsem, which is a masculine noun meaning oneself, very specific, or self. And that's why we use yourself. Even the prophets, they died. What are you making yourself out to be? That's how it's translated, right? And we read it. Me tu ma ta'a se at me ka. They died. What do you make of yourself? And now we come to 54a, represented with nun 50 and a dalet 4. And we read it. Oh, sorry, we go through the letters. Vav yod ayin nun safit, yod hey vav shin ayin, aleph mem savit, aleph nun, yod mem kaf, bayit, because of the dot, dalet, aleph tav, nun, fe, shin, yod, kaf, vayit, vav, dalet, yod, mem, aleph, yod, nun safit. And we read it. Vaya'an, and he answered. The root, of course, being ana, but the hay's dropped off. Yahushua, or Yahusha, if, ani, I am, mekabed. Esteeming. Why is it esteeming? The mem makes it a participle. So, if I am esteeming, at grammar mark, nafshi, myself or my soul, kevodi, my esteem, me'ayin, from where? Now, if we look down here, me'ayin as an adverb can mean from where, from whence, in the absence of, lacking from not. Of course, part of it is ayin, which as an adjective means not, no, nothing. So the translation is, Yeshua answered, if I glorify myself, my glory is nothing. And you can sort of understand why they might say from nothing or from not. And so we translate it and read it now, sorry. Vaya'an Yahushua im ani mekabed et nafshi kevodi me'ayin. And of course, our translation therefore is, and he answered Yahusha, if I am esteeming myself or my soul, my esteem is from where, we could say. And the translation used nothing, from not, from nothing. And so we come to 54b. Having left Vayet Yod. Hey Vav Aleph. Hey Mem Kaf Bayet Dalet. Aleph Tav Yod. Aleph Shin Resh. Tav Aleph Mem. Resh Vav Lamed Vav. Hey Vav Aleph Aleph Lamed. Hey Yod Nun Vav. And we read it. Avi, my father, who, he, and it can be he is, Hamkabed, the one esteeming, again it's a participle form, Oti, meaning me, Ashir, who or whom, Tom Ru, you shall say. Why is it you shall say? The tav makes it second person and also imperfect. So therefore this is not third person because of the tav, it's second person. you shall say, Lo, for him, who he is, Eloheinu, our Elohim. And I've given you kibed, which we had before as pure verb to give honor, to respect, to esteem. Interesting, it also means to clean a room, which is pretty weird. And then we have kaved. As an adjective, it means heavy, serious, weighty. It's also exactly the same masculine noun as liver. Now, interesting, because liver is what we call a heavy or a solid organ in the body. So it might explain why it's weighty or heavy. Right, so the translation is, my Father is the one who glorifies me, of whom you say he is our El. So now we can read that. Avi, hu, ham kabed, oti, asher, tom ru, lo, hu, Eloheinu. My Father, he is the one esteeming me, whom you shall say, for him, he is our Elohim. And so now we come to our revision. It begins with the nun, which we know has a value of 50. Okay, truly, or indeed, lo not, ed rash, I will seek, et kevodi, my esteem. Yes, there is echad one, asher hu yidrash shall seek, ve'yish pot, and he shall judge. Indeed, not I will seek my esteem. There is one who shall seek it, and he shall judge. Have it nun 50, aleph 1, 51. Amen, truly. Amen, truly. Ani, I am, Omer, saying, Lakem, to you. Im, if, Yishmor, he shall keep, Ish, a man, et devari, my word. So truly, truly, I'm saying unto you, if he will keep, a man, my word, lo not, yireh, he shall see, mavet, death, la netzach, for eternity. Not he shall see death for eternity. And then we have a nun 50, vayet 2, 52. Vayomru, and they said, Elev unto him, ha-Yehudim, the Jews, ata now, yada nu, we know, ki, that, shade, a demon, bach, in you. And they said unto him, the Yehudim, now we know, that a demon in you. Hein, behold, or see, Abraham, the ha-Nevi'im, and the prophets, metu, they died. Ve'ata, and you, amarta, you say, im, if, yishmor, he shall keep, ish, a man. Behold, Abram and the prophets, they died. And you say, if he shall keep a man, et grammar devari, my word, lo not, yitam, meaning he shall taste or savor, mavet, death, la netzach, for eternity. My word, not he shall taste death for eternity. And now we have a nun 50 gimel 3, 53 we're in. Ha gadol, a greater, ata you, me Avraham, from Abraham, or than Abraham, Avinu, our father, Asher, who Mate died, Gum also Ha Nevi'im, the prophets, are great to you from Abraham, our father, who died, also the prophets. Met too, they died. Ma, what? Ta say you make, or you make of, or you do make of yourself, of atzmeka, yourself or your soul, or yourself. They died. What do you make of yourself? And then we have a Nun 50 Dalet 4. So we're in 54. Vaya'an, and he answered, Yahushua, if I am mekabed, esteeming, et grammar marker nafshi, which could be myself or my soul, kevodi, my esteem, me'ayin, from where or from nothing. And he answered Yahushua, if I am esteeming myself or my soul, my esteem is from where? Well, see, and you could even say from nothing, because ayin also means not or nothing. And 54b, Avi, my father, who he, and we could say he is, Hamkabed, the one esteeming, oti me, asher, whom Tomru you shall say, lo to him or of him, who he is Eloheinu, our Elohim. My father, he is the one esteeming me, whom you shall say for him, he is our Elohim. And so we come again to the vowel marking chart just to remind us that a kamatz is a longer A sound, patak a shorter A, zere is a longer E, segol is short, shavar breaks the word into syllables, cholam is the O sound, shuruk a short U, kubutz a slightly longer U, and then we have a combination of shavar and a segol, called a kataf segol. Then we have chirik, the I sound. Then we have chataf, patak, which is the shavar followed by a patak. And then we have a chataf, kamatz, a shavar followed by a kamatz. And finally, we have our resources again, because we want to keep encouraging you. They're very useful. And of course, the values of all our letters, which we like to randomly look at. Nun is 50, as we saw. Samek 60. Kaf 20. Lamed 30. Tet 9. Kuf 100. Shin 300. Zade 90. And Mem 40. And that brings us to the end of our lesson, and we do pray that you are blessed by going through it. May Yeshua give you a great day. We just want to wish you all the best, a Shavua Tov for this week, and we hope to see you again. Amen.